What's up, guys? We are live here with Pro Play Games at the Kissimmee Regional. We just got kicked out, so we're out on the floor. Dedication right here. We got Bobby Kennedy, top 8 competitor. What were you playing today?
I was playing a SPYRAL Zodiacs.
Nice. So that's something definitely we have not heard of before. All right, let's check it out.
All right, so Zodiacs, pretty simple. 2 rad because it's a 2 now. 3 whiptail, it's good. It banishes stuff when you battle. It's a lot of damage and stuff. 1 Thoroughblade, you probably could bump this up to 2, but I'm already at 50 cards because it's a bunch of engines, so. Yeah, so that's it for the zoo monsters. You have the 3 Terratop, best card in the game. Tychusborg, it's good because this is good. And that's pretty much that's the Zodiac half. Then you're, for the Spiral half, you have 3 Spiral Super Agent.
So what does this guy do for a lot of people that don't know?
Pretty much, he says if he's in your hand, you can reveal him, and you guess if the top card of your opponent's deck is a monster, a spell, or a trap. If you reveal it, and if you guess correctly, he summons to the field. And when he's summoned by a Spiral effect, any Spiral effect, including his own effects, you can target one of your opponent's spells or traps and destroy it. Pretty much, the Spiral engine revolves around this guy and just generating gradual advantage. Part of the reason I'm playing this is this deck just outgrind. If the game goes long, this outgrinds any other zoo variant, and it usually beats Peleus. So yeah, 3 of him, and then to support him, you have 2 Spiral Tough and 2 Spy Gal Misty. Sadly, she's not a Spiral monster.
So what does she do? This is these two are both new cards from Rate, right?
From Rate, yeah. Pretty much, she says when she's normal summoned, again, you guess if the top card of your opponent's deck is a monster, spell, or trap. If you guess correctly, you draw a card. She's also similar to Magispectre Kirin. She says if during either player's turn, you can target a Spiral Super Agent and one of your opponent's monsters and return both to the hand. I like to open her, if I open her going first, I can get a free draw, and even if you whiff, you can, usually I just blind call spells, and it's or spells or monsters, depending on if it's 60 or 40. And then if you get the, pretty much even if you don't get it, you know what the top card is for him, so it's just a free summon and you can rank 4 immediately, or just sit on both of them to bounce him and disrupt your opponent. Spiral Tough, he says he's a once per turn, just target any card on the your opponent controls, and again, guess if the top card is a monster, spell, or trap. If you guess correctly, you destroy it. Again, usually, when you're going second, you summon him first. Look at, try and take out one of their back row, and a lot of the time they'll chain it just if it's something chainable, just to not lose it if you do get it. And then it doesn't matter what the top card is. Sometimes you whiff again, but most of it is just getting this. So you use him, you guess the top card. If you get it right, great, free +1. Regardless, you get to summon him, the Super Agent, get another free +1, and again, rank 4 plays, or you just sit on him. So yeah, she's better going first. He's better going second. So I decided to just split the difference 2 and 2. And when I'm going first, I side out one of him. When I'm going second, I side out one of her. Yeah, and then other miscellaneous stuff, we have our hand traps, Maxi, just really good. DD Crow at 3. I feel this is the best hand trap in the game that's not at 1. So, yeah, there's almost no matchup that this is bad in, especially with all the fusion sub combos and stuff going on. Speaking of fusion sub combos, I play Black Sheep. Yeah, it draws cards. It's good.
Not too many engines for this deck.
Yeah, so then that's all the monsters. Spells, we have the 3 Tenki, 3 Barrage, it's a zoo deck. You just want to get to your rats and stuff. You play 3 Spiral Resort and 2 Terraforming to search it.
Okay, what is the Spiral Resort?
This is probably the best card in the deck. Any game that you stick this for more than a turn or 2, there's almost no way you can lose. So it says all your Spiral monsters can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So already it's it makes this really hard for them to stop you just picking off their background stuff. Once per turn, you can add a Spiral monster from your deck to your hand. So you're just getting a free +1 that will usually generate another +1 by blowing up a card. And then it has a maintenance cost to keep it on the board, which is you have to shuffle a monster from your graveyard into your deck at the end phase. But that's not actually a maintenance cost. You use it to recycle your Xyz or recycle your rats, or make it so that you just never run out of your Spiral monsters to search. So it's really good. Any game that you have this for a while, you should win. Then the fusion sub for the Lunalite things. I'm only playing 1. I was playing 2 for a little bit, but I found that unless you open really broken, most of your fusion sub combos that use 2 only got you 4. Normally the 1 fusion sub gets you 3 draws. I found that most of the time the second one just gives you 1 extra draw because you're put into a position where you can't Emeril in the middle of it. You have to Broad Bowl. So I end up cutting the second one. Like, and I just didn't feel the one extra draw was worth the inconsistency of opening it. 2 instant fusions. I was back and forth on 2 and 3 of these, but I felt that like you just don't want to open multiple, and usually when you're in a long game, you don't need this. So,
I'm playing.
Book of Moon, it's a really good card. It flips things face down. Raigeki, it gets rid of things. It's good. Well, not playing Darkfall in the main, just the one. So yeah, that's it for spells. Traps, we have 3 barrier, best trap in the game. Just stops pretty much everything. There's a couple matchups like Infernoids that's mediocre, but for the most part, it's really good. 3 strike and warning. Since I'm not playing stuff like My Body as a Shield, like I used to play a lot of like My Body as a Shield and stuff that paid a lot of life points. Now not as much, so I can afford to play these. 3 Floodgate Trapple. Book of Moon's a good card, so I'm playing 3 extra Book of Moon. I also play Rafflesia in my extra deck to get to it. Pretty much it's really good against Zoo because you flip down the rat and they can't do anything. Really good against Frogs. Like then they summon Swap Frog and you flip the Swap Frog face down. That essentially just turns off their ability to make Toad for the next few turns a lot of the time, especially if it's early game. And then Torrential and Compulse, just generic, easy removal cards. They're a 1 for a reason. I kind of hope they get a more than 1. They're really good. So yeah, that's the deck. It's 50 cards.
That's a doozy.
Yeah. like I said, at first I was at 45 at first, and then I was just like, well, put in the 3rd strike, put in the 3rd barrier. I only own 2 barriers. I had to borrow 1. So I was like, and then it was just like, it got bumped up to like 48-ish, and I was like, might as well put in the 3rd Tenki and the 3rd Webtail. So yeah, that's how I got 50. So extra deck, 1 Boar, 2 Tiger, 2 Bull, 2 Dryden. I was playing 3 Bull for a little bit. I didn't find it coming up super often, so I cut it. Yeah, but it's pretty simple. Yeah, and one nice thing is that you can afford to play like just one of some of the things because you're like, whenever you're in a position where you can't Emeril all the stuff back, you just Spiral Resort, end phase, shuffle it back to your extra deck. So yeah, it's just keeps your stuff going. 2 Emeril, like pretty standard, just recycle all your stuff, draw lots of cards. Rank 3s, we have Invoker, Totem Bird, standard. Norden for all the stupid things. I don't know why this card's not banned yet. And then like my tech things were Rafflesia for the Floodgate Trapples. Honestly, I forgot to put I wanted to put a Time Space Trapple in my side deck for the Pendulum decks, and I forgot about it. So that's definitely gonna go. And then I have Utopia and Lightning. I didn't summon this at all. I summoned this once to protect my Dryden from getting attacked. Yeah, go figure.
Go figure.
This was the 3rd Bull in a Gagaga Samurai, but the way the deck plays, even with Gagaga Samurai, it's usually really hard to OTK. So I just was like, I'd rather just have something that answers the big threats in random rogue decks. And then side deck is really mediocre. It was whatever. 2 Storming, 2 Dark Hole, bring these in the mirror match pretty much. Well, like Zoo mirrors. Sometimes I bring in this thing for Norden. I don't know if that's actually good. I did it once. It didn't actually matter because by the time I was doing it, I was pretty much game over already. 3 Lancia for Infernoids and Invokes. Like if you chain this to an Invocation, you usually win. And if they grass and they're like, oh, I'm in this, like I'm going to auto win, and then you have this to at least like hold them back for a turn. And if they grass, you're probably losing, but. And then for Paleos, like the deck's already kind of teched out for Paleos because of the spirals, how good they are at grinding. We have 3 Diamond Dust and 3 Trapstone.
What does this card do?
All right, so this card's been, yeah, this is from Duel Saga. This card's been out in the OCG literally since 2013. Go figure, like this warps like a bunch of formats, like it was really good in Necrolis format and stuff. But it just blows up all water monsters on the field. And then it burns your opponent for 500 for each one that was sent to the graveyard. So it's really, really good against Paleos because it blows up their Paleos and they'll get banished, and it blows up their Frogs and their Dupe Frog misses timing. So pretty much with this, it just makes sure that their Xyz should never hit the field. And if they chain a Paleo to it, well, it just dies. So that's good. And then Trapstun, I don't have Denkos. I might play Denko or a mixture of Denko Trapstun. But yeah, this is just to try and turn them off. Like even if you preempted and they chain a like barrier or something, if you're on the Spiral plan, you just summon Tough and Super Agent and pop 2 back row. So you get to just clear out a bunch of stuff while they're locked. Like if I had Denko, like I said, if I had Denko, I'd probably play a mix. Sometimes I bring in Trapstone in the mirror. Like I've been back and forth on it because it's good against Dimensional Barrier. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's the side deck. Probably needs to work, but whatever. Kind of threw the deck together on a whim.
Yeah,
so I'm happy to do well. Super
interesting deck. Super glad to see you top 8 again. Super consistent at these regional events. Anything notable about the tournament you want to say, or any shout outs you have?
Nothing too in particular I can think of. Like, I'm a little mad that my one loss was against Peleos, against Eddie, but yeah. 'Cause
Shout out to Eddie.
Yeah, I built the deck to beat Peleos, and then my one loss was against Peleos. Go figure. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's a cool deck. I'm probably gonna work on it a little bit. Don't know if I can still play this when Maximum Crisis comes out. We'll have to see how the new Spiral support is.
All right, well, shout out to sponsored player Gabriel Molina for getting beat by another absurd 50 card deck.
Oh, he did. Yeah, I did beat Gabe round 4 with his Emeril thing. I did maxi him, and then I dark hold him, and then I opened Terror Top. I opened Terror Top. I hit with my Super Agent to get the summon, and I had Barrage, and then I like normal the Whiptail. I just OTK'd him turn 1. That was pretty cool. He was pretty upset.
Laugh at him. All right, thank you again, Bobby.
Yeah.
Great player. Thanks for the deck profile.
Yep, thanks.
See you soon, man.